Hey everybody, welcome back to the Consortium for the Greater Geek. This is the Toy Bin. My name is Shane. If you've watched the last videos, thanks for coming back. And if you're brand new to this, welcome aboard. I'm going to jump right in. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. These are two pieces I got just today. I've been waiting for them for a while. This is the Masterpiece MP10, the reissue this is the third printing, the third wave of this figure, because it's been selling out ridiculously quickly every time they do it. And the brand new Masterpiece 36 Megatron. Now both these figures are redesigns of the original Masterpiece line. The very first Masterpiece they had was Optimus Prime. He was MP1. MP10, MP-36, so you can get the gist of it there. It's a long line of figures. It's a very good, very strong selling line, and all the figures come with a very good amount of detail. They look amazing for what they do. So with this video review, I'm not going to transform them both on video. It's a little bit too time consuming. I'm going to go over some stuff, but when I put up the original pictures today, I started getting a flood of questions right away. Were they statues? Did they actually transform? Are they models? What are they? So real quick, we're going to do a brief overview. We're going to start with Prime. As I said, this is the third issue of MP10. The Masterpiece Prime. And to give you a comparison view, this is the original 1986 Optimus Prime figure, and this was the MP1, the first Masterpiece Optimus Prime. So that gives you an idea of the scale from the original and what they're doing now. The amount of detail is incredible compared to what we used to have back in the 80s. The original Optimus Prime, I can get to without knocking down, was good for his day, but he was, looking at him now, he's thin. He didn't have a lot of joints. Mostly the joints he had were so you could transform into the vehicle mode. The new figures are far more articulated. They're built for posing, and this Optimus Prime is actually very good. He had the Matrix of Leadership in his chest. Any Transformers fan will know what that is. He was big. He looked great in robot mode. The vehicle mode left a little bit to be desired. Not everything fit perfectly. There was a lot of creases in the vehicle mode. The MP10, the reissue, the overall design, they scaled him down a little bit to fit in with the other figures in the Masterpiece line. But they cleaned up the vehicle mode very, very well. They added a little bit more detail to him. They streamlined it to make him look a lot more like the animated series. More specifically, the 1986 Transformers movie. This one as well has the Matrix of Leadership in his chest. The MP1 actually had a light up. He's got a switch on his shoulder. His eyes in the Matrix light up. This version does not have that. He actually comes with the Optimus Prime's trailer, which I'll show you in a bit. But this figure has a lot more detail to it than the MP1 did. There's more posability. He's very posable. There's a lot of articulation, a bit more than that one. The hands are about the same, head's about the same, but overall, a lot more detail. I put off buying this one myself for far too long. I'm very happy I finally picked it up. Now, on the other side, the evil side, if you will, we have Megatron. Now, this was the original Masterpiece Megatron. He was very big. He was very clunky. It was one of my, although I love the character, I love this piece, he did not stand very well on his own. As you can see, this is pretty much the position I would get him in on the shelf in my collection room, and this is how he would stay. His torso is so heavy, he's got such a very thin waistline and thin thighs, he can't support his weight very well. So I'd kind of put his elbow there. His shoulder, his arm cannon is so heavy, this is the only position he'll go up. If I put this down, it's going to drag him right to the ground. Again, for comparison purposes, this is the original 1986 Megatron. Is he going to fall down on me? No. And this is the brand new MP-36 Megatron. Now, as you can see, this one has a lot more detail. It's more of a gray scale that Megatron was in the series. Let me get these guys out of the way. I'm just going to lay him down so he doesn't come crashing down on me like he's been known to do. And This one is, the detail is insane. And as you can see, he stands on his own. He's a lot more posable. His articulation has vastly improved over the original Masterpiece Megatron. The face alone, that one is very stagnant, very plain face. This one actually has 3 different faces you can interact with. He's got this one, which is kind of, this is where his mouth open like he's screaming mid-battle. He's got one where it's kind of a smirk. And he's got one that's battle damaged from the 1986 film. He's also got a chest plate to go with that as well. One of the fun features about him is the little red button here. The original Megatron had light up like Prime did, it's just his gun. This one, forgive me if my batteries are dying. Oh, they did die. Apologies. It takes watch batteries. He's got 3 different sound effects to him. One is just a laser blast. The second one is the voices from the Japanese version of the Transformers, since it is made by Takara. These do come from Japan. And the third sound is the transformation sound. One going upscale, one going downscale. But I'm very happy with this Megatron. Now, unfortunately, he suffers from the same thing the original one did. The transformation to the gun mode is very, very difficult. It's very complicated. It took me a while. And the instructions all come in Japanese, so that made it very difficult as well. I actually thought I was going to break it once or twice. Luckily, all these pieces have breakaway parts, mostly a lot of their fingers and stuff, and ball joints, so if you pop something off, you can put it back on. But stuff like their shoulder joints and their leg joints do not have that. If you bust it, you bust it. And they're far too expensive to be doing that. So if you do pick them up, be careful. Take your time. Don't rush. The biggest difficulty when it was in transformation mode was his thighs. When you put him into gun mode, the legs will close. And there are, let's see if I can get a better view of it here. Pop the, in here, there's 2 joints. Now this little thin piece here, the hinge, the snap is so tight, and I imagine it's because to keep him upright, it was so difficult to pop out, I was afraid I was going to break it. I thought I was going to pull his thigh right off the joint. So much like the original one, he's not going to be transformed a whole lot. He's going to stick in robot mode. Most of the figures do that way because they look better on display. So the transformation is a little disappointing because it's so difficult. He does look good in gun mode, but this is a far superior way to display him. So as I said, I'm not going to go through the whole transformations in this video. It would take far too long. I have some still photos I took, and we're going to take a close-up look at them. And let's just take a look at them. Alright guys, here's a close-up look at MP10 Optimus Prime. As I said, the detail is really, really strong. They paid a lot of attention to the original series, most notably the 1986 Transformers film. Here's the trailer with roller inside. They paid a decent amount of detail to the inside of the trailer. It actually really, really looks nice. He's got his weapon storage. There's his axe. His gun will actually fit in that side. And you can see Spike comes with him. I've got him sitting in the little mechanical vehicle there. Again, Optimus looks really good. My only real complaint is his gun is a little flimsy. It's made to fold up and sit in his back compartment, so it's kind of spring-loaded. While it does look like the original gun, which is great, I said it's a little... It breaks down very easily. It doesn't really snap into place too well. That's my only real flaw I can find with the figure. Everything else is just really, really nice. I mean, they didn't even, much like the original, they didn't go with a sticker. It's actually a mold of the Autobot insignia, which is really nice. The transformation on him is really solid. It's, as I said, the vehicle mold holds up far better than the original MP1. It's more tight. It looks decent. I've got some pictures of that I'll add in there in a second. We get MP10 Optimus Prime. This is the third issue of the figure, as I said, is a very nice, very strong figure. Perfect for any Transformers collectible fan.
First, robotic warriors give it their own. Fight in disguise to the victors there's hope. Transformers!
Alright, and here we have Megatron. This is a vast improvement over the original version they had. The detail is far greater. The figure is a lot more solid. It's a thick figure. He stands up under his own weight. A lot more articulation. One of the most impressive things about him is the amount of accessories that he comes with. As I said earlier, he's got his damaged chest plate there, as well as his damaged face, based off the 1986 movie in his battle with Optimus Prime. He's got this face here, which is kind of like a battle scream. Just a regular stern face. And the one I've got currently in is a maniacal grin. More accessories that he comes with is his notable, his mace. Now, the cool thing about this is they give you this, this chain is one that's for posable, or this one is just like a regular chain. It can just hang off his arm if you wanted to. And again, attaches right to the arm. He's got his sword and gun that he used in the 1986 movie to try to destroy Optimus Prime. The key to Vector Sigma. If you watched the original series, you might remember what that is. It was a cool little item I found in there. I did not know it was coming with the box. And this is a helmet he used when he made a clone of Optimus Prime to trick the Autobots, and he was running around with them. So again, another thing thrown in just from the original series, as well as the shoulder stock and extra barrel that he uses. You can attach them right to the gun when he's in transformation mode, or you can stand these up and use them as a cannon for him. You can use this piece here as a flight stand, and you can mount it to his back to have him almost in like a hover mode, which is really, really cool. So they gave a lot of thought into this. The pieces look great. And to change his face is really easy. And I'll show you one more aspect that they did. If you were a fan of the films, and it's just an Easter egg, when you take his face off, which again is real easy, you just pop it right out. In the 1986 film, when he was supposedly dying and Galvatron, or Unicron was changing him into Galvatron, that's the face you saw on the screen. But again, it's just a simple peg, and you just plug them right back in, and all the faces change that way. It's difficult to do this, hold the camera at the same time. There we go. Very easy to change out. Same thing with the chest plate. It just slides right up. It's just on a little base underneath there, and it goes right on. It's really easy to do. So the only drawback to this figure is the transformation. It really takes away from it. But just the figure, the aesthetics, how it looks, makes up for all that. It's a really good figure. And the sound on the gun, I'm blocking my own light here. The better angle for you is the little red dot here. It's got 3 different positions. You slide it from forward to middle to back. It gives you the 3 different sound effects you have. It takes 2 watch batteries. It's not too bad. And then you just push the large button on top there to activate them. So overall, a vast improvement over the original Masterpiece Megatron. I'm very happy to have this. It's literally going to look fantastic on the shelf. So there you are, guys. A look at Masterpiece 36 and Masterpiece number 10, Optimus Prime and Megatron. And to give you another idea of the scale, I pulled out a small group of the rest of them. We've got Grimlock, Ironhide, Prowl, Wheeljack, Bumblebee, Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave. Again, if you're into Transformers and you're into figure collecting, I recommend the Masterpiece collection. They're very, very well done. They are pricey. It's not something you're going to jump into and get something for $10. Jump into the consortium. I get all my figures mostly from tfsource.com. They deal only in Transformers. There's other websites like Big Bad Toy Store out there. I know some of the other guys in the consortium have found them other websites a little bit cheaper. It's all what you're willing to spend and what you're going to get. So, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Stay tuned to the Consortium for the Greater Geek. We'll continue to bring you all kinds of products, including action figures, comic books, and more, with our reviews and information as much as we can. So once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Shane. See you next time on the Toy Bin.